welcome back to another episode of Keep It Quiet, a Muffle podcast. And yeah, every episode we always have guests on, so this one's no different, but it is special because we are joined by Caitlin Addison Jones of Bubble, a creative design agency, and we have Molly Mears,
Hello.
our social media exec. So can you guess what we're going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about social media today, and I think I'm going to give the floor over to Caitlin. And first of all, ask, how are you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm really good, thank you. Yeah.
Good. How are you
Very
feeling?
Yeah, I'm good. It's weird to be in front of everything instead of in the behind the scenes like I usually am.
Yeah, Molly's usually behind the camera making us all look nice. You know what I mean? But important to get you on here too. I mean, so Caitlin, how did you get into social media?
So, it was probably around towards the end of leaving college. I started that. I'd built sort of my own personal profile like everyone does. You know, you set up your Instagram account and everything, and then I started to just see people that were sort of making careers out of it, and I could see that businesses were using it a lot, and it was just this growing world of social media. And then that's when I sort of realised that you could have a career out of it. And I sort of went into the world of digital marketing and stuff like that. So when I was leaving college, I looked for apprenticeships in digital marketing. So I actually didn't really have prior experience. Yeah, and it was just something that came up, and I was like, actually, I'm going to try this and I'm going to go for it, because I almost practiced a lot on my own profile, because it was like a platform. It wasn't like a personal one, it's a fitness account that I've got, so I was generating content and I was doing it for engagement, and I had that sort of that goal in mind with it. So then I went into an apprenticeship with it, and sort of in the first 2 weeks I started creating content for them, and that's when it just clicked, and it was just like, yeah, I can really get into this, and I was just flowing really well with it, and then it just
like
carried on from there. Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, Molly?
Mine's a bit different. I knew from school I wanted to do something creative. I knew I wouldn't be behind like a desk doing admin from 9 to 5. I just knew that wasn't me. I wanted to be up being creative, and I actually went into photography. So at college I studied photography, university I studied photography, and through that I learnt about video and all these other things, and we even did like a segment on social media, which then sort of opened it up to me, and I'm like, wow, okay, yeah, we can actually have a career in this, because I did enjoy it, similar things, growing my own accounts and that type of thing. And it basically, because I knew I enjoy photography, but I didn't want to be doing it full time, because it's like my hobby, so I didn't want to burn out from it.
For sure.
So then I sort of just fell into social media, and here we are today.
Do you know what is interesting though? I did photography as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's that like creative sort of path in, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I think
I never thought of that.
A lot of people that I talk to who do it, they all start on like a creative path, and then somehow
end up into it. Yeah.
It gets opened up into it.
What's funny is I have this feeling that the world is literally run by creators right now.
Yeah.
You know, like social media, you're on it from the morning throughout, everything, ads, all of this stuff. And, where does it all come from? Creators.
Yeah.
It is becoming a lot more popular, even with like YouTube and everything. Yeah. I know more people that watch things on YouTube and then through that see advertisements rather than actual normal television, which is crazy, I think, nowadays.
Yeah, you've not got adverts really. Everyone uses streaming services now anyway, don't they? So, yeah.
So you just can't get away from it.
No, you can't. No, you can't. They're finding a way to get in.
I mean, so this takes me to the next point really well. So amongst them all, so many tools out, so many tools about just to help you post and keep track of engagement, all of this. But which ones have you found to be most effective? Yeah, that's a tight question.
It's I think the main one for me, it's like the ones where you can do all the designs in them and then put them into schedulers. It's schedulers for me because posting every day, which you pretty much need to do to keep the content out there and to keep keep your insights up.
They take the edge off really well.
Yeah.
Because that's why I find it's difficult. Because you're thinking about what's the next post.
Yeah.
If this one didn't do it too well, that can get you down on getting to the next post. Schedulers are pretty good because it just keeps that consistency going. I guess,
Yeah,
pretty
much.
much.
It does, yeah. It almost forces you to make a plan then and have it.
Yeah, because you do need plans.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
What would you say? Would you say the same thing, or?
I think I
add
probably
something?
would, yeah. I think for different, it depends what your goal is, I think.
Yeah.
So, quite a lot of the time on my personal one, I will just post in-app, but that's because I'm only using one platform. And I find that a lot of the social media, they'll force you to use the app as much as possible, won't they?
Yeah.
So they'll make it you can't create a reel anywhere else or stuff like that. But then actually, for businesses and stuff, absolutely 100% scheduling, be lost without it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it just takes the weight off that, okay, that's for that day, that's done.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
scheduling. Remember that, guys? Scheduling.
Organisation.
I mean, so I guess this is different for everyone as well, talking about success and how you measure it. But as social media execs, how would you measure success? What is success to you guys?
I'd say it's all to do with your insights. Are your posts doing well? What's working well? If you're gaining followers, if you're gaining the connections, the likes, the comments, that type of thing, I'd say.
Yeah. I think it's something that I've recently become really aware of. Is I think in terms of followers, I used to think, hundreds and thousands of followers is amazing, but actually, until you're looking at the engagement of those followers, you could have thousands of followers that aren't interacting with your account at all, and then you've almost got a bit of a dead account. And so definitely looking at engagement, likes, comments, how many people have seen your stories and things like that. It's just making sure that you've got an active audience, I think is so important.
Because as well, if your engagement up in Instagram, Facebook, they all like that, so then they put you further up in the feeds, so then you get more engagement, which is really good. Because I do have, when I tell people and they're like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, well, I work in social media. And they're like, oh, what do you do in it? Well, obviously, gain followers, all this, da-da-da. And then it's always, well, can't you just buy followers? It's as easy as it'd be. No, because then you don't get the engagement at all.
It's all about, the quality of, the quality of your followers, quality of the engagement. I guess so.
100%.
Okay. So, I mean, talking of successes and challenges, I mean, I'm sure even Molly, we've got some good examples of when we've had points of high engagement and just downtimes, but
yes. So a challenge I'd say as well is when you can think a post is going to do really well, and then you end up putting it out there and it doesn't do as well as you think. I don't know if you've had this issue as well. And it does hurt because then you're a bit all that hard work for nothing, but it is, because then you can do something where you think, just put it out and think, oh, this might not do as great. And an example for us is we did a TikTok video, we had the idea for it, and I thought, oh, we'll just do it. It's a bit of fun because we keep our TikTok more fun, fun things behind the scenes around the office rather than more productive. And we put this video out, and I'm sat at home, and we put this out through the day, sat at home, and it starts popping up on my phone. You so-and-so has commented. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I'm looking, and the views are just going mental, and it's ended up with over 800,000 views, which is crazy. And it's just those little things where it's just you've just got to keep trying stuff, keep being consistent with things, because something that you might think might not work actually does great. But then it is a bit hard when you have the things that you do work hard on and don't do as great, but then just keep trying different stuff with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Testing. I mean, so Caitlin, can you tell us a bit more about Bubble and just what exactly you do for them?
Yeah, so Bubble are a full service design marketing agency. So they specialise in doing websites, they'll build websites, branding, packaging design, and they work with a huge variety of different sectors and different businesses. And they recently branched out into doing social media as well, because obviously it's almost one big package, isn't it? You've got your branding, you've got your website, and then the next thing is social media. So what we do is we'll do social media for different businesses, so they can come to us and say, well, we want our social media, they can have 3 posts a week, 5 posts a week. And what we'll do then is we'll just work really closely with their team. We'll have like a dedicated person that we'll talk to for their business, and we'll catch up with them every 4 weeks, and sort of we'll create the post for them, go over their analytics, show them how their social media is going, what's working well, what isn't, and just almost become an extension of their marketing team really, and just provide that support for their social media, which I think it's such an important area for a business to have, especially in this day and age. I mean, the first thing you do when you're looking up a business is you go on their social media, isn't it? It's, straight away, and it's almost like building a portfolio for a business, and you need to be on there now. I think it's definitely, so it's a service that's definitely quickly becoming very popular, so yeah,
it's no escape.
Really good. Yeah, definitely.
So what would you say your daily tasks are when they're going through that?
So what I'll do is whoever I've got coming up, we'll build their content, so we'll create the design templates for them. We often communicate a lot throughout the month with different clients, just get pictures of them, because obviously it's really important to have sort of real-time pictures of what they're up to in the office. We can't be with them every day, and what they're up to out and about. So we'll schedule in that content, and then we'll book in sort of, like I say, those every 4 weeks. We'll have a face-to-face meeting, or we like to do face-to-face where we can, but obviously sometimes it's online, where we can just then show them what's going out so they can see it all, and we pull together, like I say, the analytics for them. So a lot of the day really it's really varied, so you can be working on social media for like, I mean, one of them I've got is pies, which is so nice.
That's fun.
And it's just so varied. So it could be like I say, in the morning you're working on one thing and something completely different in the afternoon, or you're filling a placeholder, or something quick will come through, and it's really nice, to be honest. But it's just mainly just social media posts, research. A lot of it is research, researching their company, researching what's out there at the minute, what's doing well for businesses. But it's a good varied.
It must feel like really rewarding as well, just when you see that it's working. It is. It's so lovely, because a lot of them haven't been using their social media prior to this, so it's really nice as well seeing them see those results. So they're understanding what that benefit is to their business now. If someone says, oh, we've had an inquiry through our social media, it's like, yes, this is what we wanted, and you're almost celebrating their successes with them, which is a really nice feeling, definitely.
I think it is hard because everywhere that I've worked, they've always been bringing on a social media person as well, because they'll have the social medias, but then they just don't find the time to do it, because it is a lot of work. You've got to create the content, come up with the ideas, see what's working, keep up with the analytics, and obviously posting every day. It does take a lot of time to do it. So
there's definitely people out there that think, oh, social media is quick and easy. But it's there's so much to it. There's so many layers and so many levels. So yeah, I completely agree.
The amount of people that I get when they're like, what do you do? Oh, I work in social media. Oh, that must be an easy job. No. I'd like you to walk a day in my shoes if you'd like.
Literally. But that's all we have time for, though. Thank you so much for joining us, Caitlin.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Molly.
You're welcome.
Being with us today. And remember, guys, keep it quiet unless you're talking about us. Bye now.